Good morning, everybody. I'm back again. I couldn't resist it. Just letting you all see what I'm having for breakfast this morning. I'm not gonna try again. Like I said, I can't eat and talk at the same time. So just want to let y'all look at what I'm having for breakfast this morning. Got a couple of hard-boiled eggs, some watermelon, my tea, and some water, of course. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna eat my breakfast and then I'm gonna come back and we're gonna talk a little bit more about our subject matter from yesterday. We'll be talking about knowing, who you are, where you are on that 24-hour clock. Because I had a couple of extra things that I needed to give you. So when I come back, I'm going to talk to you about who you are, where you are on that 24-hour clock. So just give me a few minutes. I'm going to eat my breakfast because, like I said yesterday, I don't want to get choked or anything. And I'm going to come back and we're going to talk some more. So Tulu, for a couple of seconds, I'm just going to get up here, turn the camera off because I'm the one-armed bandit again. Good afternoon. I'm back again. I've had my breakfast, lunch, brunch, whatever you want to call it. Went ahead and ate that and got it taken care of. Do you realize I'm coming back to you approximately 24 hours later from when I talked to you yesterday about this new endeavor? So, what I've done, I said I was going to start at midnight, but what I did with our project, and that project would be knowing who you are within a 24-hour time frame. So yesterday we did part one for about 20 minutes. So I'm going to call this part 1A because what I've decided since I talked to you the first time is that I'm going to come back and update you, if you will, or get back with you once a week. Because remember, my journey through this little test or whatever we want to call it, just something, just a spot check, a gut check, a life check, or whatever. We just what I'm doing, as I explained yesterday, is just to kind of stop and see where I am in my life and what I'm doing, and if I even really know where I am in my life, just to get some things on track that I know I need to get back on track. So as a matter of doing that, I decided I'd share it with my YouTube family. So today, I'm just gonna put a few things out there briefly and just say to you again before we get into it, as I did yesterday, just go ahead right now and continue to send up a prayer for all of the individuals who are in Houston and in that area, and for those who have loved ones in that area. These people are still going through a lot of devastation through this weather. They're just every day there's something new coming up. As you know, if you've ever been involved in a hurricane or a tornado or anything like that, and when there's lots of water involved, there's lots of damage, and a lot of things can happen real quick. So in Houston, the people are still under duress. They are still, trying to get back on track as much as they can in that situation. I've been listening to the news on the radio as well as on television. So there's still lots going on. There's lots of good things going on. Humanitarian rescues by way of money and people physically getting in there helping, all kinds of resources. And that's what we pray is that the resources, the monetary resources, as well as food and places to live, those things will continue to happen in spite of the negative press. And we're not going to even discuss the negative press because we know that's always going to be in there. So we're just going to keep it on a positive note and say continue to pray for our sisters and our brothers, and some people have blood kin in those areas, and especially for those who are actually in it. I had a couple of YouTubers to respond to me yesterday and say that they were in the Houston area and that they were doing well. I'm not going to call their names because I don't have their permission to do so. But what I do want to say is that you know who you are. So hey, from me, I hope you're having a God-blessed day, and any day that you open your eyes, as far as I'm concerned, is a God-blessed day. We know that you're going through. Our hearts are there with you. Our prayers are going to continue to be with you, and for you anybody else that's out there outside of the people that, I feel like those are my personal people since they're YouTubers. Just wanted to do a special shout out to you and just say I love you. And I it's just such a heartfelt thing that we go through, and we're with you, and we're going to continue to be with you. And we pray that all the resources that you need, all of the care that you need, and everything that's forthcoming that's positive, will come your way, and that we'll get past all of this, because it seems like it's growing. And I kept hearing people talk about the worst is yet to come. Well, we don't know that until it comes. But until it does come, we're going to continue to stand, and we're going to pray with our brothers and sisters, and just say that we're hoping for the best for you and for your family. So with that, I'm going to move on into what we're doing. So if you're able to follow along with us here on YouTube, for those two individuals that are in the Houston area, and this thing here is just a fun way to see where you are day by day. So I know you tuned in yesterday because you responded. So continue to hang in there with us, and get your little calendar book out like what I've done. I've gotten my 2017 calendar book. I've taken it out, and I've started just itemizing what I do on a daily basis. And just to go back and recap a little bit, what the plan is to each day, wherever you start your day, we're going to do it on a 24-hour, a one day at a time, 24-hour calendar. So if you start your day at 12 a.m., 12 p.m., it doesn't matter. It's just where you choose to, or what you normally do. And what you normally do is how it's going to be easier. So we don't want it to be a task or an ordeal. We want it to be a fun way and enlightening to you in doing that, to find out where you are on that 24-hour clock as to who you are and what you're doing in your life. And in the end, hopefully, things are going to be better. Now, one person responded and said that they do this all the time, and they're on this time clock, and that's the best way for them to function. Well, for me now, I can't get mine on two type of schedule because I do too many different things, and I have a lot of people who depend on me for stuff all during the day. And when I looked at what I wrote down for yesterday, and yesterday was supposed to be a really, really laid back, easy day, I did lots of stuff. So I'm thinking to myself, you know what, girl? On those busy days, wow, I can't wait to see. So today is Wednesday. It's going to be a semi-laid back day. So I've already started. And from the time that I got up this morning until now, I got up at 8 o'clock this morning, and it's like almost 1 o'clock. I've done about 15 things, and I'm thinking to myself, okay. So now I know why in the evening times I start to wind down and sort of fill my day, because I'm doing lots of things. I'm multitasking. So for those of you who are able to multitask and do things, I know that I do a lot of things, but I want to be on track with those things, and I want to see if I can eliminate some of those things, okay? But I don't want, at the same time, I'm not going to get on such a tight schedule that I'll become one of those people that says, you know how some people, I know some people, you can't call them after 9 o'clock at night. You can't call them before 7 o'clock in the morning. You cannot stop by their house before you call and, almost make an appointment or let them know that you're coming. You can't pop in on them. There's some people are that way. I don't knock that, because some days I wish I was like that. But that's not the way I am. But I do want to sort of rein it in a little bit and sort of do better with it. And then some people don't have a lot of things going on in their lives, so they don't have to worry about those things. See, I'm not one of those people. I have family and friends and community things that I do of my own choosing. Nobody's making me do these things. I do them of my own volition. So I want to continue to do them, but I want to do them better. And I want to make sure that I'm not missing stuff, or I'm just, doing busy work and things like that. And I know, every once in a while we have to do busy work, like the Netflix things and the Hulu stuff. That's, I spend a little bit of time doing that. So what I did yesterday, like I said, I went ahead and started my day, since I started this little brainstorming early in the day before 12 o'clock. And when I actually sat down to do the video, it was around 12ish. So what I did, I started my uh, clock from when I started doing the video from yesterday. So that's what I want to say to you. If you want to start yours from then, wonderful. If not, because I know I had said earlier I was going to start my clock at 12 midnight, but I had done so much stuff from the time that I made the video up to 12 midnight, uh, about 5 o'clock yesterday evening. I thought, you know what, I need to go ahead and start logging some of this stuff that I'm doing. So I did quite a bit of stuff yesterday, and like I said, even though it was supposed to be a slow mo day, it was not slow by any means. I ended up going to bed at 2:30 a.m. Well, that's one of the things that I'm working on. You see, for me, I need to be in the bed at least by 11:30, 12 o'clock. Seriously, at my age. But because it's been a lifelong thing, it's a hard habit to break. So I'm going to work on that. That's one of my biggest things to work on. And the other thing is to how to unplug on some things that I know will free me up to go to bed before 2 a.m. in the morning. So, you know, like I say, at almost 70 years old, I need to go to bed before 2 a.m. But it's a habit. So this is one of the things that I'm working on. And there's some other things that I'm working on as well. But that's one of the big things that I'm working on is being able to lie down and go to sleep before 1 or 2 and sometimes 3 o'clock in the morning. Netflix is one of the contributors. Hulu is one of the contributors because I love to watch certain shows and I binge watch. So I'm working on my binging. So like I say, for you, however you want to do it, just go ahead and get started. So you can start your clock today, start tomorrow, whenever. But so that you know how I'm going to work it now that I've had a chance to sort of think about it. I'm going to come to you one time each week for 4 weeks. And I will recap my entire week on that day that I come to you. And of course, like I said, if you want to give me feedback on how you're doing or what you're doing, I will sort of put that together somehow and I'll include it on that one time a week that I come to you, or if it gets too big, you know, I may just do it on another day. But at any rate, I'm going to come to you one time a week for the next 4 weeks and tell you where I am, and sort of at the end of that 4th week, maybe, you know, on to the 5th week, I'll just put it all together and give you an assessment as to where I am, if I've improved, if I've done anything, if I've had any great revelations, because that's what we said in the beginning. We might come up with some great revelations once we find out who we are, where we are on our 24-hour clock. So make this a fun thing. Don't make it a tedious thing where it becomes a burden. Oh Lord, I gotta sit. No, just make it a fun thing. Because let me tell you one thing about time and life that I do know is that when you lay down and finally go to sleep at night, and if God blesses you to wake you up in the morning and allows you to live throughout the day, you are either doing something or nothing. So that it's just really, to me, as simple as that. When you wake up in the morning, sort of jot down what you do. Some people spring right up and go into action. Some people lie there and meditate or whatever. Things like that. Sort of jot those down. For me, I'm a wake upper in the morning. I'll lie there for maybe 5 or 10 minutes. I'll reflect on my day and I'll start my prayer at that time, and I'll get up and just start doing what I call piddling, unless I got an appointment or something or somewhere to be at a specific time. So we can all do this and we can all make it fun, and you'll be so surprised to see what you actually do with your time during the day. And if it's nothing, if it's leisure time, wonderful. I applaud you, because that's where I'm trying to get to. Not too much, but to a point where I can say, well, look, I spend most of my days in leisure. Okay? So, with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and sign off. But that was the main reason I wanted to chime in with you, is just to say this video today is part 1A, which means it was part of yesterday's. But part 2 of our journey is going to happen next week. So each week will have a different part. So we're going to have 4 parts right now, because I'm, like I said, I'm choosing to do it for 1 month. So we'll have 4 parts. Okay. So I hope those of you who are going to come on the journey with us will enjoy the journey. Give me some feedback. Let me know how you're doing. put some questions out there for me if you want to ask some things or have some comments. I'll be really, really glad to hear from you. I'm going to sign off for right now because I got helping my grandson do some things this week, so it's almost time for his appointment. So I'm going to say toodaloo. God bless you. Have a wonderful day. Don't forget to pray for our sisters and brothers in Houston, Texas. Keep them in your prayers, on your mind. And if you have anything to donate monetarily, please do that. With all that being said, with love in my heart and my mind for you, I'm going to say toodaloo, have a God blessed day, and we will see you again later in the week.